gender roles are a lot more defined in South Asian culture, because having different roles was kind of the thing back in the day, or back in my parents' country. And obviously, my parents still had a bit of that mentality, but my parents definitely encouraged me to have an education, to be financially independent, to make sure I took care of myself. On the other hand, the one thing that always bothered me as a child was the fact that I had to do all of the house chores, whereas my brother did not have to. And it still irks me today. In fact, if anyone who I know who is a man doesn't do house chores, it usually bothers me a lot, and it makes me really, really angry. And it has since I was a child. And so that's kind of how I grew up in terms of gender roles. There's still that mentality where, like a guy can go and, do whatever he wants and go out and, and travel. And my parents feel the same way. It does take a little bit more convincing for me, but there's a high level of trust between us. And obviously that's not the case for my friends or for a lot of other people in part of the culture, and it's probably not very common either, because I'm pretty sure my cousin or my family friends wouldn't be afforded the same freedoms just because they're girls. But yeah, there's definitely that expectation, but also I feel like the ideas and the standards of beauty and how I was supposed to look growing up was also very much emphasized in me rather than my brother, where I was told that I had to lose weight and I had to constantly go to the gym, and that it doesn't look good if a girl, is fat, or if a girl is, unattractive. And so that was one of the other things, as someone who is a member of a female species, I guess, that really irked me. But yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons. I definitely feel like my parents are more protective over me because I am a female, and there's definitely a double standard where, I was constantly told to be super conservative and super covered and not talking to guys as a child, but it wasn't the same way for my brothers. But I'm still recovering from that, and it's been a lot better since I became an adult.